peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
It is ridiculous and it is against the laws of nature that we can have somebody sitting pretty who takes home more money than the credible entrepreneur who is doing actual production of goods and services.
We always say it as it is.
It is only in this country that when a thief is arrested, you hear elders from their tribe saying, "He is our son and he is our thief."
If you are deviant
Yes.
and I call you leader,
Yes.
probably you are already a leader, but you are leading in the wrong direction.
We want to see the role of the youth
Yeah.
in the security,
Yes.
governance,
Yes.
and development.
The youth that I meet and work with here, you know, we call them the millennials and X's and Y's, this and that. They don't necessarily want to live like their fathers and grandfathers,
Yes.
do business like their fathers and grandfathers. They're more independent, they're better educated, and they're the ones that are making everything move in this region.
We look at the issues, we talk about issues that impact people's lives in Africa.
The African peoples themselves continue to cheer bad leaders, and because they cheer them on, they continue to be misled.
Let me ask you, doctor, would you rather be somebody who does not enjoy so much freedom but you are rich?
Yes.
Or you'd rather be poor who you are actually imprisoned by the poverty itself?
My goal is not to come here and say, I want the majority ownership, I want to own this, I want to own that, I want to do this. My goal is we all make money and we're all happy, and I help build a big business here.
Punchline is for Africa, with Africa, from Africa.
Viewers, those listening to this tape or this video, I want to bring to your attention that the politics of proxy wars in Africa is becoming real, and it has become a reality. I want to bring to the attention of the African states that time and time again we have fallen victims of proxy wars. We fight wars that are not ours. We fall in conflicts that are not supposed to be, don't help Africa, and they don't help our countries at all. The proxy war that is in East and Central and the Horn of Africa has been ignited, supported, equipped by France. It has been very real that the French government, quietly through its company called Total Oil, has been searching for resources around the triangle of East and Central Africa and the Great Lakes region and the Horn of Africa. The LAPSET was one of them, which could have been a landmark project for the people of France. They withdrew from it. The Tanga to Mwanza, they made it, they withdrew from it. The search for oil and resources through Total Oil has brought us the dangers of a proxy war in the region. It is therefore very prudent for people of the region to understand the dynamics that we are going through. For example, in Rwanda and the Burundi conflict, there is a proxy war. We are fighting a proxy country has brought us to a war between the two countries, between Uganda and Rwanda and Burundi. There is a proxy war in Congo who is sponsoring a resurgence of rebels that are fighting President Tshisekedi because he was not supported by countries that we know very well. This type of strategy has happened in North Africa, where Libya has been reduced to rebels, where each faction, even the government supported by United Nations, is being bombarded by a rebel called Khalifa Haftar, who is funded by countries that we know. The question of Somalia and the Kenyan maritime presents a challenge, a testy case for Africa and East Africa to stand firm and denounce the actions of countries that bring proxy wars and proxy politics in our region. It is therefore my humble submission that for this conflict, for this to end, we must do enough publicity, advocacy around the area to tell and explain to the international community why this problem is going to create an imbalance in the peace in the region, and the regional peace will be affected. It is therefore my humble submission that as a Ugandan whose troops, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers of other many millions Ugandans who are in Somalia, condemn any action by the Somali government to try to resolve issues that should have been resolved amicably as Africans within the African confines. I submit, therefore, that some of us will go a mile further to do now, from now onwards, to expose, to show the challenges of these countries that make us fight a proxy war in Africa. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you.
Welcome back and a very good morning to you. Sorry, this is the editor's memo. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and on the show this morning we have Douglas Kirimi, Professor Jared Onyari, Musa Abdi, and Jevan Karanja from Nanyuki, and of course we shall be led by Dr. David Matsanga. Doctor, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam. Thank you very much. Welcome to the second show of ours. We had a very fantastic show in the morning. Good morning, Africa. And we are here again. This show is purely the editor's memo. And the editor's memo, I pick out what is outstanding throughout your newspapers in Nairobi, throughout the world, and bring it, narrow it down to make sense. Because there is no need of talking from morning up to evening when we are not impacting the society, the community of which this social media was meant for. I want to say, first of all, begin, while we are offline, Professor Gerard Onyari and Musa, the younger student of ours, brought up very important issues. I did not want to come in. I wanted to listen to see the end game. The end game came to draw. Who pays for the rent of the rentless? Onyari, you brought a cardinal point. Who pays for the rent? But Professor Onyari, do you eat rent? Who will be the recipient of that rent? Will he be available? Okay. Will he be available? You have put your point very clear. Musa says society in our communities, we still have people who don't see you go hungry. Isn't that true, Musa?
It is true, it is.
So, from a rural setting of point of view, people still in the rural areas help each other. From the urban setting, if I have no salt, I will not ask the man who has salt. Utawekwa kwa gazeti. Now, And this is what we call real hammering points home for election. For our people, the viewers, to pick us and one day pick this step and listen carefully. Why does Kenya find itself in this predicament? The answer, Onyari, and the answer, Musa, is simple. Kenya does not have social contract. Musa, are you with me?
Yes.
How many times will you borrow salt or food in the village?
Limited time.
Maybe once?
Yes.
You have 6 children to feed.
True.
You still want to eat breakfast? Morning tea, lunch, evening tea, dinner, then water and a coffee. Whereas in India, and whereas in China, the community that Musa is talking about, the class that Mr. Onyari is talking about, in Wuhan has 80 million people. They have what we call a social structure. Structures, social network, social networks, social status, social systems. What does that build to? Hallelujah. It builds to society. Society. What is the society of Kenya versus the society of Uganda? We Ugandans, you insult me, hippo, elephant, big legs, big stomach. Take that stomach to Museveni. Museveni cow. Have you seen me reacting? Onyari, do you see me reacting?
No.
I laugh because I was brought up in an Anglican home. An Anglican home. Guess what? Where my mother and my father were very strict on one thing. Respect, 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 and respect for 1, the church, 2, the neighbor's home, 3, the elderly and the grown-ups. My father used to emphasize those 3. If I find you talking about uncle so and so, don't come into my house. If I find you talking about uncle, auntie, so and so, don't talk to me. If I find you not giving respect at the well, a well that auntie is collecting water, you jump and collect water first. Don't bring that water here. Are we together here? Or we want to be some experts calling themselves Rutos, Mujahideen, Tanga, ISIS, calling themselves on Facebook, oh, we shall pass a president, my fault. My fault! Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, woohoo! It is very interesting. I told you the Bible is giving me a lot of strength. That I'm a Samaritan, not a Jew. But I will not hesitate to preach where Jews don't like to hear me. Miriam, Kenya has no social structure, no social contract, no social system, no social status to enforce the SOPs, Let's be honest. Am I wrong?
All right.
Am I wrong, Miriam? Just tell me if I'm going out astray. You are the commander from the headquarters. Do we have a system that enforces SOPs? The president issues a guideline. You find people running to president's office, obtaining letters, allowing them to drive up to Isiolo to go and spread the disease in a V8. V8. And some of them are very dirty. Some of the civil servants are very dirty. They don't even wash their underwears. You know? Yes. They spread the disease there. Mr. President, they come back, they drive back again. These politicians, they drive back, no shower, no what. They are on back, spreading the disease all away from Isiolo. Isiolo, Meru, Mr. Kirimi is very innocent wearing a mask. Someone has stopped in a restaurant in Meru, kills the car because it's a government car, destroys a life where you stop to buy, that you are buying onions for your status house, social status house in Nairobi. You have seen my point I'm making now, Onyari?
Yes.
Then you come and destroy the lives of those rentless guys. You can even destroy one of the owners of the factory in the spread of COVID-19. Am I wrong?
You're right.
So, tell me, where did we go wrong? Does Kenya have a social society, a social contract that can substitute pay for the rentless? The answer is no.
No.
Uganda, does Uganda have a social society that can pay for its suffering people? The answer is no. But, and I am quick to say, but, and the Miriam take this point clear and make it every morning. Why an old lady who produced Matanga, God help me, let her live longer, up to the age of the Duke of Edinburgh and beyond. Why is she more disciplined? She has, Uganda has discipline. Tuambiane ukweli.
True. Konga the kweli.
True, Daktari. I agree with you.
Pretend here that I'm a Kenyan, why this man is talking about Uganda. It's your problem.
No, I've been to Uganda.
You roast in the city mortuary if you don't listen to this. Well, the man is talking about Kenya. I'm taking the truth. If you Kenyans don't want to say this, I will listen. I'm Paul, a Samaritan. I will preach to every country, everybody in the world. Uganda has got one thing, discipline. Police officers, traffic officers in Uganda are more respected. They are the law themselves. When he catches you, brother, you will not negotiate. Utalipa huko juu. Hata ile ulimupatia kule atakula, lakini atakufikisha wapi? You know, there is this thing of corruption where you can kill corruption, eat the money and take the money in front of the court. Haki ya Mungu itaisha. Have you learned something new here? Gonga pesa. Check and say, thank you very much. Oh, Dr. Matanga, you gave me 20,000 shillings. Thank you very much. And make sure that there's no telephone and no video. Kura! then turn to the suspect and say, Mr. Onyari, I've arrested you for the crime, and I will be charging you in tomorrow's court in Naivasha. If you don't attend, police will come, seize your car. That is what happens in Uganda. There is discipline. Not that there is no corruption. That in Rwanda, it is worse. There is a social contract in Rwanda. The police officer in Rwanda does not want even to look at your face. The police officer in Rwanda looks at your crime. And takes you, you sort out. His role is to take you, whether your zip is open, whether your trouser is torn, whether it is half naked, you will go and answer to the magistrate. Is that happening in Kenya?
No.
Is that happening in Kenya, Miriam Onyari?
No.
Musa and Kirimi? No. You will negotiate somewhere in Mazoe. Up there, you find the police roadblock parked near that road going to the farm of Leti Mutura. Police, the boss sits in under the tree behind there. They tell you to drive the car to that tree as if you are going to meet a lion or a leopard. Then all of a sudden, Miriam, the leopard comes out in a blue uniform. This is the problem. This is the problem we have. This is the problem we have. Point number 2, related to the society, the social contract, the rotten society. Uganda, I have told you, they don't say it is not. Some people in Uganda are rotten, but there is discipline. Why? It is enforced. I expect people to add that word later. There is enforcement. If the traffic in Uganda stops your car and you fail to stop, he's not going to shoot your body. He will dismember your 4 tires. And Kirimi, if your tire of a Range Rover costs 100,000 shillings, 4 tires will cost you 400,000 shillings. Will you agree to be dismembered? It's a deterrent. In Kenya here, when you bring such a law, Omutata rushes to court and says people's rights. You have created a society that does not believe in SOPs. That once they see the SOPs squeezing them, they cry like Onyari. Like Professor Onyari was crying, what do we do with rent? Aye. But what do we do with the people who spread the killing, the killer disease? Why don't we deal with the killer disease man first? Then the rentless can be free. The man spreading, driving his V8 up to his sorrow, bribing a police officer at Keno, is more dangerous than the rentless man who could keep at home and drink water from Kibira and survive until the restaurant opens. Am I wrong? Choose between where you want to go. Point number 2, the editor's memo wants to tell you on this show, you are the most belittling people in Africa. You belittle people. You are very dismissive. You have ego like that of the one of Mr. Kirimi's friend, the Mashamba boy, Mr. Shamba man, Ruto. You have revenge style operations. you don't forget, neither do you forgive. If you find the guy, that time you'll say, okay, hakuna shida. So when you go at night to have a beer somewhere in a corner, then mnakutana. Anasema ndio huyu mjamaa alinifanya namna gani? Anifanya hii. Am I wrong, Kirimi? I can see you scratching your head. Something is entering. Mjamaa huyu ndio mbaya sana huyu.
No, sir.
Look at it. Henry Clay. Again, I will bring it tonight. Miriam, you missed it last night. Henry Clay, born in 1777, said one thing, that of all properties of humanity, which belong to honorable men, by that time in 1777, even men and women were classified together. Not one is so highly prized than one word. And that one word, Miriam, is called character. If I'm wrong, remove another degree or add me one minus and put it ordinary degree like M7 is. You know, a flat degree from Dar es Salaam University, and is threatening the whole world. Threatening everybody, threatening Matanga, threatening everybody. We are all threatened. One degree from Dar es Salaam University, flat one, not even honors. You know, there's one flat degree, there is honors.
So you went through a university.
Musa, yours has honors, is it? I have a lot of energy from the Bible. Character. Henry Clay delivered one thing. Character. Do we have character? Do we listen to our president? Do we insult our president every day? Do we mock our president? Do we call him names? Do we baptize him with all manner of things? Yes. Do we have ego? Yes. Then if we have ego, how shall we accept the directive of the same president? If we have a glittering mind that Uru is Uru. Have you had people take you are on social media? A man whose shoes has not changed for 200 years is busy insulting the president. Okay, but the president is putting a restriction that please wear the mask because you might not afford the capsules, the medicine. For information, one of the medicines for COVID-19, one for a month, one costs 120,000 shillings a month. One tablet. Medium. If you don't have that 120, call your father, your mother, your wife to dig the grave. Things have to be told the truth. So Uhuru is trying to help you. That if you don't have this money, World Health Organization has not put money for free. And the World Health Organization does not buy tablets for 120,000. 60 tablets. Sikia bwana nisikie. 60 tablets. We have to preach it to people while we are still alive. Jamen, am I wrong, Onyali?
That's our duty.
It's our duty to tell the truth. 60 tablets cost 120,000 shillings, original from India. That's only 1 month. If you are going to spend 10 months suffering from the same disease, will you sell your body? Utauza mwili yako? Whether you're a man or a woman, will you sell your body? Because that's the most expensive item on earth. So if people are joking about COVID, they better listen. The restrictions that Uhuru Kenyatta has put are very good for this country, but we don't have character to enforce them. Our character is a character of belittlement, a character of dismissive politics, a character of egoism, a character of revengeism. Not only in Kenya, but in Africa. When Ramaphosa said that this thing is real, Malema stood up and said it is not real. We are not only talking about Kenya, and let people not think we are single. South Africans believed in Malema. When Uhuru Kenyatta and Mutahi Kagwe last year stood together, Ruto was missing at this function. The following day, Ruto went to a function and a political rally and said, this is all siasa. He said it. I think you can recall. He even went also to plagiarize the president's speech, to read it from his own residence in Karen, to water down, because he has spoken ill of Uhuru. When he goes to Museveni, he speaks ill of Uhuru. He talks about Uhuru. The Bible is telling me, say it. Anaambia uko maneno mbaya kwa Uhuru. And I destroy Uhuru's name. Some of the things I cannot repeat here. Huyu mjamaa ajui ati sisi ya Uganda, sisi wengine, we are the people who created it. We have friends there. Don't think you are the only one who can go and hide with Salim Saleh and we don't see you. We also see you. And we receive whatever you talk about President Uhuru Kenyatta. So we know you. If you are watching, listen. You were telling people that COVID-19 was not there. Now, you have started flying to helicopter, going to Narok Safari National Park to kill even the animals. You are taking your meeting to the animal-infected area. You are infecting the animals of Safari. Onyari, have you seen that? These animals could get COVID. Ruto has shifted his meetings. Apparently with Paranya meeting accidentally, isn't it? For 9 hours. I've never seen a meeting of an accident for 9 hours. But if it is there, then that must be a miracle. And I thank God. I have done my best. The editor's memo points out on 2 things. As I conclude, social structures and the character of a nation. The Chinese are able to lend us money because they have 1, social structures, social contract with their people. They eat dogs, we don't eat dogs. They eat one meal, Miriam. We eat 6 meals. Even when we have borrowed money from them, we eat borrowed money 6 times. Chinese eat only one meal, noodles. And they all sit down. So the faster your mouth makes, the quicker you receive better food in the stomach. So you have to do the speed on a round table. And they have that round. How many of you have gone to Chinese place? I know Miriam has been there. There is this place where they put food and you roll. Unatoa hapa crispy duck, unatoa hapa kachapati, onion spring, ukae pamoja. So the quicker you load the plate, the better for you to have more here. If you wait, by the time the round comes this way, chakula imeisha. But what is the system? Why do they eat together? They eat together, Miriam, to show that they have a social common problem. If bed bugs are beating one Chinese, the all Chinese have bed bugs. Therefore, they unite to solve it. Have you ever been embarrassed by a cockroach walking when visitors have just come from very far? In your houses. And the cockroach, why does a cockroach choose not to go through a quiet place, but in the middle? When everybody is singing, you know, if you are the owner of the house, you want to jump and step on it. Musa, I will teach you so many African things. A cockroach does not live without smelling food. So when you see a cockroach walking, and the cockroaches usually walk at night. But when you see a cockroach during daytime, it means there is food that you starved it. Now you have brought it for the visitors. And it wants to tell you that as you eat, you are not eating alone. We also ate some yesterday. Or we looked for it and it failed to work. I had a guest one day, a very beautiful guest. I don't want to say more than that. And had a very nice handbag. And when we were seated at Kempiski, hey, I have never been embarrassed like I am. 2 cockroaches came out of the bag. On the table. So kama muko na cockroaches kwa nyumba zenyu, buy spray. Those things embarrass. Learn to have behavior from there. Musa, Miriam, Kirimi, and Prof. These 2 walked out of this lady's bag. And the waiter was, you know, the waiter came with the book like this to take our orders. And the table had a white tablecloth. So you cannot hit it. You cannot. They walked across on a white tablecloth. Miriam, I have never been embarrassed in my life. I want to end here by telling you, let's spread the message. Let's ask the president. Yes, there are people suffering. Yes, the economic hardships are many. But it is better to have human beings who are alive than to have a country that has no human beings. Therefore, the restrictions on about 27th next month allow these big hotels, allow those who were tourists can jet in. But those that have not met the standards of cleanliness, which brings more diseases, give them another break. I rest my case. That's the editor's memo. You can expand on it in the people's court, whether these two words that Musa and my good friend Professor Nyali talked about are the same things, Miriam, you are going to look at in the people's courts in the coming show. You'll talk about the newspaper, but there's one word called character. Social contract. A check for the old people takes 1 month to arrive at the destination. So how will the old man of 85 years pay for his mask? We have
Dr.
those. Yes.
Dr. You said the truth, and I want to echo just by a quote by T.L. Osborne. He's a pastor, he's a priest. He said, always tell the truth, and you don't have to remember what you've said.
Thank you. There you are. A check for my father, Miriam's father, Onyari's father, if they are still alive. Mine is not alive. Anybody, my mother, a check. Tawishi's mother, a check for Elidare from Cherugui's office. Takes 1 month. And even they called this old man to come to Nairobi, Kirimi, to collect that check. Is it the system that we want? I rest my case. The two things kill Kenya, kill Uganda. Uganda has discipline. Their discipline enforced by General Museveni. If you don't stop your car, if you are not wearing the masks, and they tell you to wear and you drive away, your tires will not survive. And if you confront them much bigger than that and come out and tell them, why did you shoot my tires? Your toe might be short. So there is a deterrent. Do you want to lose your toe? Why did we survive Idi Amin? Idi Amin could whip that if the passengers, if the drivers overloaded the car, Idi Amin takes everybody out and gives the driver 12 strokes and each passenger in the car 6. Now I'm giving you very seriously. I am a victim. 6 strokes and don't touch there. So will you again load the car? Will you load the car again?
No.
Hey. I mean, to some extent brought discipline. Ugandans were disciplined by Idi Amin. Didn't Bob Wine tell us we are going to demonstrate? Where is it? Isn't it dying slowly and he's also flying out, importing cars, armored cars? Slowly. Slowly. We lost it. Because we fear. We have that fear of discipline. We are disciplined. You don't want your toe to be shot. Stop the car, tell the police I am wrong. Here, a matatu driver rolls the police while his legs is out. He's driving, going. Didn't you see that, Onyari? So, where is character in these countries? We have no character, we have no social contracts. Therefore, Africa will continue to suffer. Yesterday, here in Britain, they opened the pubs. But if you go inside the pubs, the discipline inside there is worse than the discipline of entering the kingdom of God. The discipline in the pub now in Britain is well disciplined. Mtu anakuambia, wewe, kaa huko. But open these bars here in Nairobi. Tawish will say, bring more genius. Sukuma. You know, he's a genius taker. So I don't know these days whether he has turned to Tawish, I'm sorry. I should have given you my drinks.
Daktari, usichome picha hewani, usichome picha.
Ask Stephen, he might have something left. Because it is Stephen who carried everything from me. Miriam carried everything, even one of the most expensive one that I had bought 175,000. Stephen alichukua ako huko, our general manager. I told him, I pray for you, my son. But for me again, God help me. I've been drinking for 65 years. Now why do I lose my life? So that is the truth. That is the cardinal truth. Character, social life, social contract in Africa is zero. Wacha nichome. Najua Douglas is telling me tunachoma. Wacha tuchomane. Watu wanakunywa. Mimi sikunywi. I have given up. And Miriam, you should congratulate me for this. I am now one of your followers of the Bible. Miriam, we can read it together. And perhaps the journey could be opened wider ahead. Have you seen where they say the road ahead widens? Then the road ahead narrows. When you are drinking, the road narrows. But when you are not drinking, oh my God, what can I say, Onyali? You are champion of the heart. Remember the words of Henry Clay. He said, one of the most expensive items is character. The most prized one is character. If you lose character, like Oparanya now has lost character. No politician in the Western will ever listen to Oparanya. Ruto has lost character in Mount Kenya. That's why he's issuing a statement from Emugunyi, who should go back to school to read more. He's not well read. I don't know how they got this job of someone like that. We've been very narrow-minded. I don't know why governments employ narrow-minded people and they cannot employ Tawish, who is more open, or Miriam, who is more open to discussions. Mugunyi is narrow. I cannot even employ him in my kitchen. Actually, to count my plates. Honestly, his role is to look for on the beautiful news women. I don't know how he does analysis for Ruto. If I'm talking wrong, let him come for me. I have a data for him. Mimi sizungumize kama bado pata data. Niko nayo. You are coming with lies. Lie properly. Don't lie like this. That Oparanya came by from heaven and landed there. Then we started talking. When Oparanya was telling Ruto, Odinga, that I met. So what is the truth here? Mungoje. That's how we are going to finish, get this business going. 2022. Thank you very much, Miriam. It is 12 minutes past 11 o'clock East African Standard Time. Here back, 9:12. Let me get in on the train, start moving towards Windsor Castle. By the way, among the heads of state invited, hey, Kenya, you are very lucky. Kirimi, you are very lucky people. You are recognized in the Commonwealth, Bwana. Hey, woo! Ay. So thank you very much, Miriam. I leave the whole stage. I came, I saw Veni, Vidi, Vicky. Thank you, Madam, for today. I will not disturb your screen again. I've gone. I leave it to you, fully in control. Tonight, we have a show on Somalia. Don't miss it, Miriam, if the internet is stable. Spare your energy. If you are back, no, you'll be in school. In school, I don't know. It is what we have been saying here has come true. And Mr. Farimaja has appointed a terrorist. One of the terrorists whom we have profiled and looked for and found is Al-Shabaab. He has incorporated Al-Shabaab into the government. When I was telling you I would take Farimaja to UN, you thought I was joking. Now there you are. He has been given he paid money. Turkey paid money. The Qatar gave each MP $75,000 each. And they voted for Farimaja. $70,000 each. That's the Africa we have. Don't miss that show. Musa, prepare your notes. Make your points very clear. Cap, back to the Jerusalem. Or to the Mecca or Jeddah. Gonga what? 7.5 million Kenya shillings each MP. Qatar paid. They voted for Farimaja. Thank you.
All right, Professor, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Before Professor comes, I want to sing this hymn. Tewali munsimu mulongofu songa tewaliva mugulu wabula abantu beyalongosa mumusai wa Yesu. Thank you. Damu ya Yesu, what do you say in Swahili? You know that song, that hymn. To Professor, say something on that hymn. Interpret it for Miriam and others who might not know. No, the blood of Jesus. That if you have not been washed by the blood of Jesus, there is no rightful person in this world if you have not been washed by the blood of Jesus or by the prophecy of Muhammad.
What can wash away my sins? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that was my away.
That is hymn number 254 in the Ugandan hymn book from Namirembe Church. And I started singing it in 1958. So check, as you sound to me, check how many hymns I've sung. If God has been unfair to me, I will not be here. I thank you, O ye God. Thank you, Kirimi. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Onyari. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Odesana. Thank you again, Kirimi and Professor Onyari. God bless you. God bless Africa. This station, therefore, is for Africa, by Africa, with Africa. Ciao.
All right, bye-bye.
I like it.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.